Okay guys, I want to film and document my experience at a grocery store that has American imported items. So let's take a look.
So in this video, I did go down every single aisle just to show you what American brands they have here in Ho Chi Minh City, just in case anybody was looking for a particular brand. So feel free to watch at 2 times the speed. And also at the end, I do an actual grocery haul of everything that I picked up at this grocery store. Back to the video. Okay, so I was pretty shocked to see that they had a lot of American brand chips like the Doritos and Cheetos that you see. They had Reese's. They had a lot of different chocolate bars, the Snickers, Twix, Kit Kats, Butterfinger. They had a lot of Kirkland brands from Sam's and Costco, which was pretty cool to see as well. They had Oreos, Chips Ahoy, a lot of different chocolate. I was pretty excited to get that 85% chocolate or the 85% cacao for my anti-inflammatory protocol. Give me a little snacky snack in. The employees were pretty cool here as well. They were pretty helpful. They helped me carry my bags around and they did not mind me recording at all. They kind of encouraged it, so they were really kind. Lots of snacks and crackers. I've seen the Ritz, and a lot of these are Asian brands as well, but a lot of familiar chips and cracker brands as well. This section is for my alcoholics. I decided to throw this in here for y'all. They had a lot of VSOP, Bacardi, vodka, Grey Goose, Sky, Tito's for people that are trying to diet. I know that's supposed to be good for that. Patron, Top Shelf, yeah, VSOP. So yeah, it was a lot of familiar brands, obviously. Beef jerky. We had every single nut you could think of. Pistachios, almonds, walnuts, macadamia nuts.
Ooh, look what I've been looking for these. And they got the sugar-free kind. They have lemon and white.
I was excited about this liquid IV. I've been looking for this ever since I left the States. I just drank my last packet before I came here today. So I was excited to find that. They actually did have that, they had the sugar-free and the regular. They also had super greens down there, which I would have gotten that had I known they had it. I didn't see it until I was recording the video. So while I was at the store, I didn't even notice it. A lot of jellies and jams, a lot of dried out fruit for smoothie bowls, raisins. I was gonna get one of those big things of raisins. I actually got one, but then when I got to the register, I put it back because it was like $21 for that. This stuff, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't check the price on. I was just excited to see it, excited to find it, so I went ahead and got it. Chia seeds, quinoa, goji berries, more nuts and seeds. The olive oil I was pretty excited about. I went ahead and got some avocado oil.
You gotta get that right there. Just like
They had truffle oil, truffle butters, balsamic glaze, which is my grill. I had already caught some, so I have some at the house already. A lot of this stuff a lot of the sauces you can get at Lotte, and a lot of the olive oil you can get that as well at the big box store that they have here. So it wasn't necessary. That was my first time seeing the Bragg's apple cider vinegar though, so I went ahead and got that. These are some of the Korean sauces that they had. I've been looking for low sodium or no sodium, either cocoa aminos or low sodium soy sauce. They didn't have any. These are the cereal brands. Like I said, they had tons of cereal brands. They even had cereal that I have not seen since I was a kid. The little cereal that looked like roaches, they had those. I haven't seen some of those brands since I was little. They had all the old school cereal brands. Pop-Tarts, oatmeal was what I came for. I've been looking for gluten-free oatmeal since I landed. I have not had any luck until I came here today. I found some gluten-free Quaker oatmeal Not a huge fan of Quaker, but I needed the gluten-free, so I went ahead and got one of those. Bars, they had those protein bars up there. They had a lot of actual protein bars. They had some better options than what I ended up getting. I didn't realize until I got home and watched the video. I had some better options, but I ended up getting this one. This was the bakery section, which really surprised me. They had everything. Like, I ain't gonna say everything, but they had a lot. I know a lot of people been talking about pancake mix. They had a lot of pancake mix. They had a lot of different sugars. I personally been looking for a sugar-free sugar. Some type of monk fruit or something like that I've been looking for. They had a few different options. They had some brown sugar cane, different types of flour. And yeah, so I was pretty excited about what they had in the bakery section. That popcorn up there, I thought about it, but it was like $30. I want to say it was like $25 a bag for that popcorn. This is the sugar. So a lot of it is actually Vietnamese brands, or I ain't gonna say Vietnamese. It could be other cultures, so it could be Korean. I don't know. It wasn't American. All of it wasn't American because a lot of the sugar I couldn't read, but I did put it into ChatGPT, and there was some sugar-free, like monk fruit type options available. They did have protein powder back there. I thought about it, but I still have protein powder from the States, so I did not get any. They had collagen up there too. I don't know if you guys saw that up top. More pancake mix. These were their juices. I didn't really know too much about them, so I didn't really get any of that, but they were there. Wine. This was all of the dairy-free milk that they had. One thing I am looking for though is drinks that in bulk, like even bulk water. They do have like cases of water, but they're not easy to find. And then like cases of like sauces. Drinks. They had some here, but I'm looking for sugar-free options, zero sugar options. If you know any, let me know. I got the last chosen meal. The last one. Yeah. Salsa. Pesto for the pesto lovers. Spaghetti sauce. And more sauces. I don't know if I showed y'all they got Kinder too. These two, that one, and then this one. It's only like 30 calories per serving. Love that. They didn't really have too many canned goods, but I'm not really a canned goods person. I don't really eat canned goods, but their selection was kind of slim on the canned goods. They did have a lot of canned meat, tuna, sardines, weenies that come in a little can. I forget what those are called, but they had some of those too. But they pasta, they had a huge selection of pasta. I was super stoked about that because, again, they had a lot of gluten-free options. They had a lot of low-carb options too, which was pretty dope. Obviously, you're in Asia, so you will get like the rice noodles and a lot of gluten-free options. But they had a lot of familiar brands as well. Ooh, this one is gluten-free. I'm gonna have to cop some of these. Organic. This was the jellies and jams section that I was talking about in the peanut butter. They had like pineapple jelly, like peach jelly, which I've seen peach before, but I had never seen pineapple or like crushed mango, and you could still see the fruit kind of crushed up in there. These are the juices, but over there in the jelly section, they had like all different types of jelly and jams. These were the different syrups that they had for, coffee. I use them sometimes just for sweetening different drinks, but they didn't have any sugar-free options. But they did have a lot of options. They had a variety. And then I'm assuming that, I don't know what these are. Let me not even assume. I don't know what these are. I thought maybe these were like the Asian version of those, but I didn't know. But I just filmed it just in case somebody else knew what they were. and needed them, or we're looking for that. Lots of syrups, all different flavors. Literally, I've never seen a matcha syrup before in my life, but they had it. And then they had honeys and sugar-free syrup, which, definitely threw that in the bag. They had some really good, looking honey, I will say. Like, the packaging on their honey over there in the front, that was top tier. Then they had those other syrups down there at the bottom. Tons of stuff for baking, but they also had tons of cookies. That's what I was going to say. The section over there, all of that is just cookies that comes in cans. Different types of assorted cookies. More juice. These look like alcoholic mixers, but I don't know. Yeah, this is more syrups and just stuff to mix drinks with. I really feel like this is the alcohol section. I don't think these are alcoholic drinks, but I think they're mixes for alcohol, I think. These for my vegan people, lots of lentils and beans and quinoa and chickpeas, all of the things, all of the different lentils. Red lentils. This is the upstairs. Those stairs right there lead to the upstairs second level where the produce and the meats are. I'm just kind of going through showing y'all what I can. It was kind of hard to film in there because it was a little tight right there, so I couldn't really show. But this was kind of the star of the show because a lot of people tell you to bring your own seasoning. I definitely was that person that brought my own seasoning. Slap your mama. Then they had Tony's. I mean, they had everything. Literally, they had everything. All the salt, pepper. They had the big, gigantic bottles, of seasoning that you would get at the big box stores. They had the glass ones. They had literally every seasoning. And then some seasonings, obviously, that I had never heard of before. He was over here restocking, so I couldn't really get close, but I think I did get close in another clip. I'm not sure. But they had taco seasoning. They had ranch seasoning as well. Gravy packets, white gravy, brown gravy. They had a really good selection of seasonings that are American brands, and then seasonings that were Asian brands as well. These were the grits that I found, but I know they're not the grits that people have been asking about. But I'm thinking maybe they might have grits. I just didn't see any. But I didn't realize grits in and of itself was a brand. I just thought it was different brands, but that was a grits brand. These are the bigger seasoning bottles, as you can see. They had everything when it came to seasoning. Literally everything. Mrs. Dash, which I haven't cooked with Mrs. Dash in ages. There's some more ranch seasoning. But these seasonings are not cheap. I want to say they were $21 for those big boxes. Now I'm finally upstairs where the produce is at. They had produce, but they also had a lot of household stuff for very good prices. extremely extremely good prices. This was all flavoring. That was like all different type of flavoring for cakes. This, yeah, cookware. So yeah, I got me some measuring cups, measuring spoons from over here. They got really good knives in here, like all different types of knives. So I ended up getting some of those. I was trying to film with one hand and grab stuff, so the camera got a little wonky. But yeah, tongues, sifters, all the things, potato peelers, many different like cake pans. This was definitely like a bakery dream. Like they had everything you need to bake a cake with. I know a lot of people in the American expat groups have been talking about needing to make their own cakes because the cakes here are made very different. They don't really have a lot of sugar either, and they're made with like a lot of fruit and just a different kind of base. It's not an actual like cake. So but they have everything. They have the cake mix, the different cake pans, wrappers, cupcake wrappers, anything you need to make a professional birthday cake. They have it. All the icing, all of the icing utensils that you would actually use to like decorate with. They had literally so many options. So that was like really cool to see that you could go there and everything was like literally cents. Everything was like less than $1. Like all those little pieces. Even the knife that I bought was like 90 cents, I wanted to say, USD. So everything was really affordable. Mixer. There's a scale that I ended up getting.
So have you been looking for
some Downy washing powder. Now this was more so like the washing powder, washing detergent, Fabuloso, Febreze, tissue section. So I think I did end up getting a Febreze. This stuff was not cheap. This household stuff was not cheap. It was very much imported prices. And a lot of these brands, which I end up getting Febreze, but a lot of those other brands I had never heard of. I had never seen before, so I didn't know why they were so expensive.
The Kirkland brand is crazy word.
Definitely was looking at some of this stuff, but I didn't really get anything. Only thing I seen that I wanted was that Cetaphil face wash, gentle cleanser. So yeah, I was looking at that and that's about it. Oh, the soap. I did get a sensitive skin Dove bar soap. This was their produce. I was like on the fence with the steak. I didn't get it. I thought about it. I really wanted it, but I was just kind of on the fence about it because it just looks so dark. And I know I'm probably just tripping, but I didn't know what to do with that. I didn't know what to do with it. So I was just like, let me wait and see if I see anybody else cooking a steak and see how they like it. Because I don't know. And then I didn't know what I was getting. I don't know. It looked so different. So I was just a little hesitant. I was actually looking for cream cheese and I'm still looking for, cottage cheese. And I'm still looking for cottage cheese. I have not seen any cottage cheese. I'm trying to add to my eggs to up my protein in the mornings, but I ain't seen none. I've seen a lot of different feta and mozzarella. They got mozzarella out the butts, but I haven't seen any cottage cheese. Some more chips. They had the jalapeno Cheetos, which I ain't seen those in a minute. They were down there.
Let's go down this aisle.
Hot dogs, which I don't know, guys. I think that they have that meat, that bacon looked good, even though I'm not eating bacon right now. That bacon looked pretty right. But the hot dogs, I can't get jiggy with it. We did see a few videos of not even videos, like these were like people walking down the street and sending them to the group chats of people down here cooking. Dogs. They were cooking the dogs. This was a real thing that did happen. Few times. Few different times. So now, ever since, I'm like, I can't eat hot dogs. Because we already know hot dogs are like mystery meat anyway. So it's just like, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I don't know. I really don't eat frozen food, like these frozen boxes of food either. But I definitely wanted to include them because you never know who might be looking for some of these brands. Now, as far as produce and meat goes, I would definitely go to the big box stores that they do have here. They have some stores that are like similar to Sam's and Costco's back home. Definitely gonna get a better bang for your buck, and the variety is gonna be a lot better. They didn't have a lot of selection when it came to produce here, so that's just something to think about. You really just want to come here for the American brands that you can't find, but their produce was a little bit overpriced compared to like what I would see at I don't know if it's pronounced Lotte or Lotte. But yeah, so I would definitely rather go there, or even the malls, because the malls here have grocery stores inside of them. I would just get produce there. Even on the streets, you know, they do have them on the streets. But I had a lot of medicine. Those big bottles of vitamin C, the Neosporin, Benadryl, Benyay. Okay, I'm looking like a crunchy, sleepy girl. I done took a nap and everything, but let's do a haul of everything that I got. But these are the 2 bags I came home with. Let's see. So I got water. This is just like a quick fix because I am like completely out of water. I'm gonna get a case when I go back to Lotte. I got some toners. I got syrup. I got gluten-free pasta. I got these gluten-free tortilla shells. I got another pack. These are corn tortilla shells, gluten-free. I got some bejeweled dates. I got some tahini for my fruit. I got a good knife. This knife, it came with plastic wrapping, but it must have fell off in the bag. Here you go. This knife is sharp as I don't know what. Good knife. I went ahead and copped this high-ass seasoning because I use onion powder like nobody's business, so I needed that. And there's some tongs. I needed measuring cups, so I got measuring cups and measuring spoons. Got me a scale, because we ain't playing no games around these parts. Cinnamon sticks to make me some cinnamon tea, and then I got the Celtic white coarse salt. I got some vanilla extracts, and I got some soap, some sensitive skin soap. It's for that one. Then for this one, let's see. Oh, I got some shrimp. I got some prosciutto. It's like a light prosciutto. I'm about to make me a wrap right now. And I got some berries, some mixed berries for my smoothie bowls. This was, I'm most excited. I just used my last pack of this that I brought from the States. I did not think I was gonna find more of this, so super excited about that. I got 85% cacao, because this is what I can have an anti-inflammatory. Some Lawry's, no, McCormick, not Lawry's, McCormick. Some Bragg's with the mother. I got this barbecue sauce from Kendall, which is like 30 calories per serving, so I thought that was a steal. Some salsa. I got the last chosen mayo. I got the big boy. This mug was not cheap. I think, how much is that? I'm gonna have to put that on the screen. I don't know how much it is, but I think that's real high. I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, you know, gluten-free, organic, all the things. Then I found these gluten-free oats. Even though they're Quaker, all the other brands were not gluten-free, so I had to go with Quaker. Yeah, so I got the old-fashioned ones, and then I got the quick instant ones for my cookies that I make with the bananas. Oh, I got some avocado spray. And lastly, I got me a little treat, some little protein bars. I really do dairy. I'll have this as like a dairy alternative. Cheesy seasoning without dairy. That's what it says. So we'll see. And that's it. That's all. I paid a grip for this, not gonna lie. I mean, it's a nice little spread or whatever. But let's see. This came up to 5 million. So it was 200. Is that 200? Is that $200? I don't know. I'm gonna put it on the screen, and then yeah. So 5 million is what I paid for all of this, and I was able to use my card in there, my American card, because I was intending to use my Charles Schwab card, but I gave her the wrong card on accident, and it worked. So I used my regular mid-first card to pay for everything, and it works. So yeah, there's that.